The mud was cold against her face. Again, Lieutenant Sarah Chun pressed her cheek into the ground, tasting dirt and failure while the other candidates jogged past her. Their boots splattered more filth across her already soaked uniform. She could hear their whispers, the same word echoing like a curse. Pathetic. 3 weeks into SEAL training, and Sarah had failed every single combat drill, every single one. The shooting range? Her hands trembled so badly she couldn't hit targets that others nailed with their eyes closed. Hand-to-hand combat. She was on her back within seconds. Navigation. She'd gotten lost twice in terrain a child could navigate. And right now, as she struggled to complete a basic obstacle course that she'd failed for the 9th consecutive time, she wondered if everyone had been right. Her father, who'd laughed when she announced her dream. Her ex-boyfriend, who'd called her delusional. The recruitment officer who tried to steer her toward administrative roles. Maybe she was pathetic. Maybe some people just weren't meant for greatness. But what keeps someone going when the whole world tells them to quit? What separates those who rise from those who fall? Sometimes the answer comes from the most unexpected place. She hauled herself up, legs shaking, and trudged toward the barracks. Commander James Reeves stood in the distance, watching. He always watched. His face was carved from stone, revealing nothing, but his eyes followed her failures with an intensity that made her skin crawl. He was a legend. 23 years in the teams. 3 Bronze Stars. A man who'd seen combat in 7 countries and never lost a team member. If anyone's judgment mattered, it was his. And his silence told her everything. That evening, Sarah sat alone in the mess hall. The other candidates had stopped inviting her to their table weeks ago. She picked at her food, barely tasting it, when a tray slammed down across from her. Commander Reeves. Her spine straightened automatically. He said nothing, just ate methodically, his presence filling the space like a storm cloud. Sarah's heart hammered. Was this it? The moment he pulled her aside and told her to pack her bags? After 5 agonizing minutes, he spoke. You know why you're failing? His voice was gravel and ice. Sarah's throat tightened. Because I'm not strong enough, sir. Not fast enough. Not good enough? He looked up and something flickered in his eyes. Wrong. You're failing because you're fighting alone. She blinked, confused. He leaned forward. Every drill you approach it like you're trying to prove something to people who've already decided about you. You so busy fighting their voices in your head that you forget to fight the actual enemy in front of you. The words hit her like a physical blow. He was right. Every time she picked up a weapon, she heard her father's laughter. Every time she fell, she saw her ex's smirk. She wasn't fighting the course. She was fighting ghosts. Commander Reeves stood. Tomorrow, Dawn, report to the range, just you and me. He walked away, leaving Sarah staring at his empty seat, hope and terror mixing in her chest. The next morning, fog rolled across the shooting range like a living thing. Commander Reeves was already there, standing beside a table with a single weapon on it. Not a training rifle? His personal sidearm. The one he'd carried through Fallujah, through Helmand, through battles whose names were still classified. Sarah approached slowly, unsure what was happening. Pick it up, he said. She hesitated. Her hands shook as she lifted the weapon. It was heavier than the training guns, worn smooth in places from years of use. It felt sacred, dangerous, real. That weapon has saved my life 14 times, Commander Reeves said quietly. He moved behind her, adjusting her stance with firm, precise movements. You think this is about strength, about speed, about being good enough? His hands guided hers, positioning the weapon. It's not. It's about trust, trusting your training, trusting your weapon, trusting yourself. His voice dropped to almost a whisper. I see something in you, Shun, something you can't see yet. You so afraid of failing that you forget you've already survived everything that should have broken you. You're still here, still fighting? That's not pathetic? That's courage in its rawest form. Tears blurred Sarah's vision. Breathe, he commanded. Focus, not on the target. On this moment, right here. Right now, nothing else exists. She inhaled. The fog, the weapon's weight, the commander's presence, her own racing heart. It all crystallized into a single point of clarity. She exhaled, fired, the target pinged. Center mass. Again. 6 rounds, 6 hits, perfect grouping. The weapon lowered, Sarah's hands were steady. For the first time in 3 weeks, they were steady. Commander Reeves stepped back. Six months later, Sarah graduated top of her class in marksmanship. The other candidates asked her secret. She smiled and said nothing, because some lessons aren't about technique. They're about the moment someone sees you when you can't see yourself. The moment they hand you not just a weapon, but their trust. The moment you realize that the only person calling you pathetic was you. And you were wrong.